Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, we successfully make our contact page this position as a dynamic. So now our address, the email address and the contact, everything actually comes from our database area, right? So now in this video, I want to insert some of the data. Like they have one of the form, there is an email, that is a name, the email, the subject and the message. And after that, there is actually our send message, right? So how can insert the data in this video? I will show you that things with a live example. For doing this, first of all, we have to work in our model. Into the model area, we have to added our one of the schemas. Like I don't need this. Okay, that is our view. Better I just clean everything, then you don't need to be confused about it. Okay, so like there is a portfolio, there is a index, and there is a contact. So into the contact page, go to the contact models. So into the model area, before I have created one of the class as a contact list. So right now I want to create another one. I just simply copy it, and now here I paste it. So now I want to create one of the contact form. I just name it one of the class name as a contact form. Okay, I just name it as a contact form one of the class, and then it will be inherited our models, and that is our model. And now here we have to add some of the field. Like there is our name, there is our email, subject field, and then message field. So they have the 4 field. So 4 field will be needed. So I want to do better that will be as a text field. So text field will be needed. Okay, so better I just cut it. So that will be needed for our message actually. And then also I take another one. I just name it as a, first of all, as a name. Okay, that means the name and the email, subject and the message. So I just name it as a name, email, and then the subject, and then the message. Okay, so now for the name, that is our models, the character field, maximum length. For the name, I just add as a 100. For the subject, I make as a 400, and for the messages, it will be as 800. Perfect. And here I want to display our to the self area. I want to display that name. That means that will be display that our contact form name. Okay, so I just simply load it. So friend, I think it should be very much clear to you. Everything I already discussed about a lot of the time. So that is our class, and here that is our 4 field. Because of all into the 4 field area, you can see they have the 4 field. I want to insert that data. So after that, what exactly you have to do? The same procedure you have to follow. After that, we have to make migrations. That means here, in particular that portfolio folder area, I just simply added a piece Python, and then manage.py, and then make migrations, right? There is a Python manage.py and make migrations. Now click as a enter. Now you can see it's automatically created our model as a contact form. That means into the migration area, you can see there is a clear contact form. Perfect. So after that, we have to migrate it. Python, sorry, here it will be as a Python and manage.py, and that migrate. Now click as enter. Yeah, its migration is now successfully done. So now if you want to visible it in our admin area, we have to register it in our admin. That means your contact admin. Here I just simply paste it, and here I just simply paste it. So into the models, that means in our contact models, and that is our URL. Sorry, into the model area. So into the model area, I have created one of the class as a contact form, right? So now into the admin area, that will be as a our contact form class, and also I registered it as a contact form. Perfect. So now if we click as a save all, now it should be visible in our admin. Like go to our home. Yeah, you can see into the contact application area, I have created 2 of this table. One is our contact form table, another is a contact list. So I have created our contact forms, and now if you click as a add new, so now you can see there is the 4 field as a name, email, subject, and the message. So now I want to do when any user put that field, that means put that name, email, subject, and the message, and after that when it will be as a send message, then this data will be saved in our particular that area, right? So how can do this work? step by step I will show you. So for doing this, we have to work in our this contact form. So now go to our contact page. That means that is in our template, into the template, and that is our contact.html, right? So now we have to work in our form. That means here you can see that is also one of the forms. So right now that is our method. There is a post method and the action. So right now we don't need any action. By default it will be redirected to our same method area. So here also we don't need this. I just simply remove it, plus that is all that field, right? So here there is an input field, there is a name, and also they have some of the date rule. So we don't need this actually. Okay, no, we don't need this. I just simply remove it. That is actually for the theme, one of the class. So right now we don't need this. I remove it, and also here from here I remove it, and that is actually a placeholder for the message. That is the role required and message, that when the date message. So we don't need this. I just simply remove it. Okay, so I make the things remove, and now that is our placeholder. So that is all that our field name as a subject, field name as a message, field name as an email, and then another one as a name. Perfect. So friend, when you work with our any kinds of form, into the form area we have to add one of the CSRF token. Okay, that means when actually any post is happening, that means when any post is post that from to the form area, then automatically it's created one of the token. So for the reasons here, after that form, in particular that area we have to add that CSRF token. Okay, CSRF underscore token. So make that sure you add that. Okay, without this, that means without this CSRF token you cannot insert any data. So for the reasons here I just simply added that CSRF token. So now if you click as a save all, I just click the save all, and now if you refresh it, yeah, you can see it's now showing as a loading message saying thank you. So they have also some of the message maybe, and also I just remove some of the class from to the form. For the reasons here you can see our button is actually not getting that class, that means the theme class. So here you can see actually that is actually loading, and there's some of the message. So right now we don't need this div, so I just simply remove it. Okay, and into the button area I want to put some of the bootstrap class. So that is actually our button. So here I want to add one of the class. I added one of the class as a btn success. Okay, btn success class. Now let's check. I just click the save all, and now refresh. Yeah, you can see it's perfect. So that is actually our btn class. So now I want to insert our this form data, right? So now that is our form. You can see that is actually our form, and that is all that our field. So, and also into the form area, that is our action. I make that things as the empty. So when it should be as the empty, then automatically that is our contact page, right? So automatically it should be redirected to our view. That means in our contact, and to the contact, that is our view. Automatically it should be added. That means it should be getting our this method data. That means this function data. Okay, so it should be redirected to particular this function area. So into the function area, before I have already passed our list, get all the data from our contact list. Right now I want to work for our contact form. That means this form data. Okay, that means when you insert anything from our this field, that means our email field, that is our name field, subject field, message field, automatically it should be get that action as when it should be as empty, it should be redirected to our this application, this view, and that is our default one. So automatically it should be redirected to our this area. Okay, because of all here you can say load our contact HTML. So now we have to work on here. So if you want to do that work, first of all I want to add one of the if condition, and if with this if condition I make that is actually our request. Okay, that means that with this request, and into the request area we have to add that method. That means this request method. Okay, this request method, first of all I want to check it with the its post method or the get method. Okay, so here you can see that is actually our post method. So first of all, I have to actually check it that whatever the request I just passed from here, so from here automatically it should be redirected to our this method area. So first of all, I want to check it, this method is post method or the get method. Okay, so first of all it should be checked, and then after that there have also one of the column. Okay, with the column area, and after that here we have to pass all that our field. That means in our model, into the contact model, here you can see that is actually all that our field as a name, email, subject, message. So here we have to pass all that our post data, right? So now I have to work in our view. That means here I just name it one of the variable for the name. I just name one of the variable as a name, whatever you want. So right now for similarity I name it as a name. Okay, and now with this request, that means that is actually the request. With this request, so when it should be as a post, so this post I want to get all the data. Okay, so I just simply pass it. I pass it in our name. That means which data I want to get it from our this field name. That means this input field, right? This input field name as a name. So I just simply name it as a name. Okay, so whatever the data I just passed from our this input field, first of all I want to get that post data, right? I hope it's very much clear to you, friend. So now we have to do the same things for rest of this. So there is another one. So another one is the email. Okay, and another one will be as an email, and I just take one of the variable name as an email. So as I told you, whatever the things you will put on here, it's totally okay. Okay, that is actually one of the variable. And also there is another one as a subject or field name. I name it as a field name and I just name it as a same. And also that will be as a message, our field name. So whatever the data I just passed from our message, I want to get it, and I just take the things with this variable. That means the message variable. So now we have to pass it, right? So if you want to pass it after that, okay, after that I want to take one of the variable and I just name it as a contact field or form. Okay, contact form data. So this type of one of the variable I just take, and into this contact form data, so with this our math list, so here that is our model. Into the model area, that is our class, right? So now first of all also we have to actually take it. We have to take this model, that means the model class name. So here in our view area I have to input it. That means I have to from our models, and I have to input, that is a models, I have to input our this class as a contact form. So now I just simply input it. Okay, so that is our contact form. So with this contact form here I just simply pass it into the contact form data. Here I want to pass all that our get data, what data actually I pass from our this input field area, right? So now I want to actually pass it. So I just simply pass our name. That variable here it should be as a name. So I just take that things with this variable, I just simply pass it. So that will actually our this model, that means this model, this field, right? So in particular that field area we have to also pass every data. So I have already get all that our requested data. I get all that our requested data and get that things with this variable. So for now with this contact form I just added our name, and here I pass our this variable data, what data actually I get from our input field. I hope, friend, everything should be very much clear to you. So now we have to do the same things. That means whatever the data I pass from our email, it should be get all the data, and I take that data with this variable. So here I have to actually pass it, right? That means here I just pass it in our this model and this email. Okay, so here I just simply pass it. And also we have to do the same. We have to do the same things for our subject. So subject, and then also our message data. So I just simply pass that message data. I hope everything is very much clear to you, friend. And after that I want to do that means all that our field, and after that I want to save all the data. Okay, so I want to save all the data. That means our this contact form data. So this contact form data I want to save it. So I just simply save it. Perfect. So friend, that's all you have to do. Okay, So that's all you have to do. I think every line should be very much clear, okay, because of all I already discussed about that things, everything. So now let's check this out. Now if you like here, I just click as a save all, and now first of all I want to check it, server is running well, and now refresh it. Now this dynamic data is perfectly display, and now I just put that name as a Aryan, and I put that email as a aryan@gmail.com. Put hi, this I just put as a hi, this is just for test, sorry, test. And then here I want to actually pass some of the data, so better go to our home. I just show some of the message actually, okay, that means there is actually a message. I just put some of the message, and after that if you click as a send message, yes, you can see they have no error actually display. And now let's check this out. Go to our database table, and now if you refresh it, yes, you can see friend, it successfully display our name. That means in the contact form here I added, if you go to that model here, I added that name. That means name will be visible, right? So I just passed on the name as a, our name field as an Aryan. So if you open it, yes, you can see it's now perfectly getting our Aryan. That is our aryan@gmail.com. That is a subject, and that is our total description message. I hope it's very much clear to you, friend. We successfully insert the data. So if you want to insert another one, like as a test, and test@gmail.com, a test, and then some of the message as a test, okay. Now click as a send message. It's perfect. So literally I will also show you when everything, that means when you successfully complete one of the form, then it should be show some of the message, okay, that means the alert message. And now if you go to our database, refresh it again, yeah, there is another one as a test, and you can see every data is now successfully inserted in our database area. So friend, I hope it should be very much clear to you. We successfully also make our dynamic our contact us page. So in our next video I want to discuss about that authentication part. That means how can logging and how can register your user and how can log out. So everything related with the authentication. In our next video I will show you that things with a live example. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.